Good evening. Good evening. So, welcome to tonight's concert. We are so excited to feature both the Warner 8th grade band and the North Farmington High School Symphony Band. I cannot tell you how excited I was at the beginning of this year to know that I would get to work with these 8th graders for the second year in a row. And they are doing some tremendous work this year on the pieces you're going to hear tonight. I think you're going to notice a lot of improvement from the last time you heard them in June. And so we have 3 pieces for you for our portion of the concert. And I'd like to welcome Jacob Richards to introduce our first piece.
Our first piece tonight is Joy by composer Frank Ticheli. Mr. Ticheli is a well-known composer of band, orchestra, and choral works, and many of his pieces have become standards for concert bands. Joy was inspired by the birth of his first child, Hannah. When she was born, he jotted down a tune in his sketchbook, and 7 years later, he rediscovered it and wrote this piece. He says it is meant to be an expression of simple, unabashed joy. This is Joy by Frank Ticheli.
South African by composer John Higgins. This piece contains 3 movements based on simple, diatonic melodies that emerge from the rich musical culture of South Africa. The first movement is called Rula Bota. And it's a freedom song that encouraged the South African President Botha to open his eyes to the experiences his people were having. The second movement is Isikotali. It is originally a vocal piece, and the words are, "We do not care if we go to prison. It is for freedom that we're fighting now. A heavy load, a heavy, heavy load, and it will take some real strength. We are the children of Africa, and it's for freedom that we're fighting now." The last movement is Nkosi Sikolau I Africa. This is a hymn that was composed in 1897 and has been adopted as the national anthem of Zambia, Tanzania, Namibia, Zimbabwe, and South Africa. This is South African Sweet by John Higgins.
Our last piece tonight is Winter Winds by Larry Mead. Winter Winds was written for the Willink Middle School Band in Webster, New York. The piece expresses the composer's feelings about living in a place where winter is a very long season, kind of like Michigan. The introduction expresses the fury of the blizzard with snow, ice, and wind. The second section, with sleigh bells, describes winter activity, people going about their work and play. The third section is a waltz. It reflects on the cold, calm beauty of winter. It ends with a promise of spring. In the last section, just when winter should be ending, we hear a return and a final triumph. We know that spring is near, but not here yet. This is Winter Winds by Larry Mead.
On the stage is our 2016-2017 Symphony Band. And the opening work this evening needs a bit of an explanation. The piece itself has a pretty interesting history. It was just composed in 2005. And Eric is one of the foremost composers on our planet right now. He is composing for band, orchestra, choir, chamber ensemble. He is everywhere, and all of his work is pretty fantastic. Sleep began as a work that he was pairing with the Royal Conservatory Orchestra in the UK to compose them a piece. And what they chose was the Robert Frost poem, Through a Snowy Wood. He's composing, they are rehearsing. It is 3 weeks before the performance, and the Robert Frost Foundation discovers that this is in process and tells Eric and the choir, no, you may not use the poetry. It's 3 weeks before the commission, and this is all happening. So Eric quickly calls up a friend of his who is a writer and poet, explains what's happened, and says, can you take this and rework the poem so that way it means the same thing with different words? And have it compared to the poetry of Robert Frost. So not a small task. What you will hear this evening, you won't hear the text, but the text is about being able to sit while you're going to fall asleep, and we all know that this is some of the time where we do our best thinking, our best reflection, sometimes our times when we are happiest, and sometimes when our worst fears are sitting with us in bed. The piece is both beautiful and filled with as much tension as he could produce. Our goal as an ensemble is that the tension is beautiful, and that's what we've been working towards to put all this into place. My trombone professor over at MSU, he was a brilliant man, and one of the things that he told me was, the process of artistic perfection is not adding things, but taking away until you're left with just a singular thought. And this piece is so very simple that it makes everything about it that much more complex because you can understand what it is supposed to be. Sleep by Eric Whitaker. So we're going to go from modern to something very, very old. Courtly Airs and Dances is pulling from 14th, yes, 14th century fanfare and themes that were across all of the European continent. The first movement, Entrada, is a very quick opening fanfare. The fourth movement, the Saltario, is a Italian dance, and the last movement, the Allemande, is from Germany. These are three movements from a six-movement work, and this work will be completed in March when the University of Michigan faculty arrives here to view our concert and to work with other students for the day. So, so this is movements 1, 4, and 6 from Courtly Airs and Dances. I'm so sorry. We actually planned just a bit of a introduction to the piece. In back, you'll see all of the percussionists, and they have a piece of equipment that you probably haven't not seen yet. It's called a Turkish crescent, and would you guys just do a couple of jingles on those so that way? And these are kind of like when there were musicians at court, this is what kept everybody in tempo. So the first entrada, here's the theme that you will hear played by our principal trumpet. So there's our whole first piece in one measure, okay? The fourth movement is played by Hannah, our flute soloist. And the last movement will feature trumpets and trombones with this full-blown fanfare. Can I ask you to bring up the house lights, please? And we're going to do the 38th years of a 37-year tradition and to bring up the 8th graders to join us. So ensemble, if row 3 and 4, if you can please stack your chairs and then move to your positions, and everybody please go to your places. When I arrived here, this whole transition took us about 12 minutes. Last year we got it down to 4. We're going to see if we can do it in under 4. So let's see if we can make this happen. 8th grade flute section, would you guys please, I have had me 8th grade flutes. Would you please walk to that side, join your flute section. 8th grade oboists, also join the oboists that are in the front row. 8th grade clarinetists, would all of you please wave to me. Join your ensemble right here. Wonderful. 8th graders, if you are a bassoon, a bari sax, a bass clarinet, would you please come on up and join the front row? And 8th graders, if you are a euphonium player or tuba player, would you please come up and join the second row on stage? And 8th grade trumpet players, would you please wave to me, trumpets. So you guys are going to come up here. You're going to find all of your friends right over here. So use this head of stairs. 8th grade alto saxophonists, please wave to me. Would you guys please use this head of stairs? Join your team right here. And 8th grade French horns and trombones, would you guys please wave to me. Stop moving so I can show you. Go to this set of stairs over here. Don't go here, go to that set of stairs. Thank you very much. Let's get everybody up. There's a lot of extra stands right on stage there. I'll let you grab a couple. Robert and Kirsten, you guys make this so that way you're not right behind the horns. That's perfect. So how did we do? Did anybody hit the timer on us? 3:45, thank you. I know. I'll take it. That's fantastic. Is everybody all set to go? All right, folks. Goals are this. We're testing to this portion of the room, so that way we all stay together. Okay, here we go. I'll give you guys 4 beats out. Here we go. And 1, and 2, and 1. everybody. Appreciate you coming out on such a freezing evening. If you would like, I know that we still have a few extra of the plants outside in the lobby if you still are interested in purchasing. There are also snacks outside, so your students are going to go and pack up. You guys can go and enjoy some snacks before the children arrive, and then there are no snacks. So it was a pleasure having all of you here. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.